Sonic's Green Hills Adventures Season 2 Chapter 12, Meeting the Tallest. Sonic's point of view.
We were in the kitchen and me, Shadow, and Zim had just finished explaining the possession verse to Longclaw, Pretzel Mum, and Donut Dad.
Oh, Sonic, Zim, how do we stop this?
Pretzel Mum asked desperately as tears fell down her face. However, before Zim could reply, there was a knock at the door.
I'll get it,
Shadow said as he exited the kitchen.
When Shadow opened the door, he saw it was Professor Membrane. Seeing him caused a skull to form on Shadow's face. Shadow was still furious at the professor for what he did.
What do you think you're doing here? How did you get our address?
Shadow demanded hostilely.
I came to sincerely apologize for trying to study that out.
Professor Membrane said seriously.
Very well, come in.
Shadow said reluctantly as he allowed for the professor to enter the house.
So Shadow, who was at the door?
Sonic asked nervously.
It was Professor Membrane and he has something he needs to tell us.
Shadow explained reassuringly. Sonic instinctively got behind Longclaw since he was freaked out by what Professor Membrane attempted to do.
Look guys, I'm so sorry for what I almost did. I didn't realize you guys weren't innocent. However, is there a way I could still learn about you? I just can't help but be fascinated by you.
Professor Membrane explained seriously. Sonic thought about it.
Oh, we'll tell you what we know so far because I'm still learning about myself. Like for instance, I discovered a new ability a few days after my 14th birthday. I'm still learning to control the powers I already had before that, let alone this new one.
Sonic explained enthusiastically. So once the professor was satisfied, he said goodbye and went back home to reconcile with Dib and Gaze.
So Zim, what were you going to say before the professor showed up?
Sonic asked seriously to get back on topic.
Well, I can't do it physically, but some doctors on Earth might. Meet me after school tomorrow and you'll get to meet Earth's amazing leaders, the almighty tallest. All of you should be there so the information will only need to be explained once.
Sim explained confidently.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
Sonic said excitedly as Sim left the house. Later that night, Sonic started having another dream about Tannisra. Tannisra was in the main room of her base with Dr. Robotnik, Jade, and Veronica.
Oh, time to make your partnership with us official. You must sign this blood contract, and you will officially be in the club. That includes you, Dr. Robotnik. I need a guarantee that your loyalty lies with me.
Tannisra said as she handed the contract to them.
So do you mean a literal blood contract?
Veronica asked shakily.
Yes, I do. There's no turning back, unless you're backing out now.
Tannisra replied deviously.
Of course not.
Veronica said seriously and used her blood to sign it. Then Jade and Dr. Robotnik followed suit.
Welcome to the club.
Tannisra said playfully. Then they screamed in horrible pain as ominous red crescent moon symbols appeared on the palm of their right hand.
What did you do to us?
Jade demanded fearfully.
It's just part of joining me, so don't even dare. And try to backstab me or else the symbols will cause you to feel horrible pain. Now meet after school tomorrow and we'll discuss our next move.
Tannisra said seriously as Jade and Veronica left her base. That's when Sonic woke up.
I know I've got to tell everyone about this.
Sonic explained a little too loudly. Shadow was woken up by it and dashed to Sonic's bedside.
Sonic, what is it?
Shadow asked seriously but gently as well because he could see Sonic was shaken up again.
Tannisra was in her base with not only Eggman but also Jade and Veronica. They wanted to join Tannisra and signed a blood contract. Then once it was signed, they screamed in pain as a red crescent moon symbol appeared on their right palms. I get a bad feeling from that symbol. I think it's going to be the very symbol that Tannisra is planning to mark me with during phase 2 of this verse.
Sonic explained nervously as tears fell from his eyes.
Oh, you're right. Everyone does need to be told about this. Hey, it's going to be okay, Sonic. We'll cure you this way before it goes to phase 2.
Shadow said as he comforted his little brother in the only way he could. Meanwhile at the Membrane household, Dib couldn't sleep so he decided to call Agent Dark Booty and update him on what's been going on.
Hello, Agent Muffin. What's bothering you enough to be up at this time at night?
Agent Dark Booty asked carefully for he didn't want to come off as unsupportive.
I just couldn't sleep. I realized I haven't told you anything in the last few days. Trust me, this update is important. Someone from Zim's past has arrived on Earth and put a horrible curse on Sonic called the Possession Virus. Her name is Temisra. Also, Dr. Robotnik is back and has joined Temisra since both their targets are Sonic. Zim is on truce while he helps get Sonic free of it.
Dib explained very seriously.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty bad. I wish you all luck with that. Also, maybe after you're done solving that crisis, I could meet these alien friends of yours, because I've been rather curious.
Agent Dark Booty said in reaction.
Thanks, and sure that sound great, Agent Dark Booty. Well, I have to get some sleep, so Agent Mudman out.
Dib said happily and then went to bed. The next day in the girls' locker room, Temisra was talking to Jade and Veronica quietly.
I've made a decision to move on to Phase 2 of Sonic's Possession Virus. Oh wait, I didn't explain that, did I, Well, I just launched the information into your brains.
Temisra said in a hushed voice and used her dark powers to do just that.
Well, you are right, Temisra. It is brilliant. I can wait to see the look of terror in his face when he arrives at school tomorrow.
Jade said excitedly and Veronica nodded in agreement.
Glad to hear that, but don't talk about it in public. It'll ruin the surprise.
Temisra told them morningly.
You got it, Temisra.
Jade said quietly as she winked, then they went back into the gym. Sonic's point of view.
Finally, it was after school, and so me and Shadow went to our house so we could teleport the whole family to Zim's base all at once.
So are you ready, Mom, Dad, and Lonclo?
Shadow asked before he could perform cuss control.
Yes, let's go.
Pretzel Mom replied as we all gathered around Shadow so that we would all be teleported with him.
Chaos Control!
Shadow exclaimed, and then we appeared in front of Sim's base.
Well, this place certainly looks interesting.
None of Dad said,
No kidding, Tom.
Pretzel Mom said in agreement. Then we walked up to the front door and rang the doorbell. The door was opened by Zim.
Good you're all here. Please follow me to the main computer room.
Sim said as we followed him to the toilet elevator.
11 minutes later, they arrived in the main computer room.
Computer, patch me through to the tallest.
Sim commanded impatiently.
Yes, Sim.
The computer said, and then the tallest appeared on the large computer screen.
Oh, Sim, what do you want now?
Tallest Red asked in annoyance.
My tallest, I have a family. I need you to meet, so say hi to the Wachowskis.
Sim said as he moved out of frame to allow the tallest see the family.
My name is Tom, and this is my wife, May.
Tom said respectfully.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form and the oldest child.
Shadow said casually.
I'm Longclaw, the godmother.
Longclaw said happily.
And I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, the fastest thing alive and Shadow's younger brother.
Sonic said excitedly as his tail wagged at meeting the leaders of another alien species.
It's nice to meet you, but do we need to meet the Wachowskis, Sim?
Tallest Purple asked skeptically.
Because Sonic needs your help. You see, Temisra is back and infected Sonic with her possession virus. He's thankfully still in Phase 1.
Sim explained cautiously since he was afraid of how exactly they'd rate.
Also, Jade and Veronica signed a blood contract to join Temisra in my dream last night.
Sonic added nervously.
That's not good at all. Sim, bring them to the Yerk medical ward as fast as you can.
Tallest Red said very seriously.
Yes, my tallest. Invader Sim signing off.
Sim said as he saluted and the transmission ended. Sonic's point of view.
I thought for a moment what a brilliant idea came to me. So I dashed at top speed to my balcony to grab 2 rings and then dash back. Guys, how about we use my portal ring to get there? Zim, all you have to do is think about the place you want to go and throw it. I heard as I handed the ring to Zim.
That's amazing, Sonic. Or get in here. We're going to work immediately.
Zim screamed and Gur flew into the room excitedly. Then Zim threw the ring and we ran through the portal. When we arrived on Earth, my jaw dropped. I looked at my family and saw that they were the same way. Oh, this place is so amazing, Zim, was all I could say as Zim began to lead us to where the tallest were.
Hey, indeed it is. We have an empire after all.
Sim said confidently.
So where are we going exactly?
Shadow asked seriously.
The tallest safe to go to the medical ward, remember?
Sim said in annoyance.
Oh, right.
Shadow said sheepishly.
Shadow's point of view.
20 minutes later we saw the tallest, and boy did they have that tittle for a reason. They were even taller than Mom and Dad.
Well, that was fast.
Tallest Purple said as we stood before them.
You can thank Sonic for that.
Sim said confidently.
How fascinating. Well, doctors, hurry and get Sonic ready to be cured.
Tallest Red said as some Merkin doctors ushered Sonic into one of the rooms.
Now, I don't mean to alarm you, but our methods might not be powerful enough to do it.
Tallest Red carefully explained, trying not to upset us. So what do we do if it doesn't work? I asked very seriously, for I needed to know that there was a plan B.
Yes, but let's save it until we know if it's even necessary.
Tallest Red replied reassuringly. That allowed me to calm down. So all took a seat on a nearby bench to wait patiently.
An hour later, Sonic returned with a doctor next to him, and they both had sad looks on their faces.
My tallest, I'm afraid we have to go to Plan B.
The doctor said sadly.
Wait, what's plan B?
Sonic asked as his family and Sim walked up to him.
It's as cheesy as it sounds, true love.
Tallest Red replied reassuringly.
So, Sonic, is there anyone you're interested in? They might be the key to your recovery.
Tallest Purple asked with a sly smirk on his face. Sonic immediately started blushing as he realized where this was all going.
Well, it's complicated, but I think I do.
Sonic replied, feeling embarrassed.
We'll talk more about this at home.
Shadow said as he winked knowingly at Sonic. Then Sonic pulled out the ring and opened a portal to Sim's base.
Well, thank you, my tallest. I will keep you updated with the Tamisra situation.
Sim said right before following the Wachowskis through the portal.